I do. Is it on? I think it is. Click, click, click. Hope everyone's well today. I hope you are well today. Okay. Come back. Look. Okay. Hi, Terry. Hi, Desiree, Michelle. Hi, Kelly, Catherine, Phyllis. Hi, Tippy. So I figured we'd check in on what's his face, seeing as how Trump is broke has been trending for a couple days now, and he still owes $500 million to the state of New York. I can't imagine. I can't imagine. Hi, Estelle. Hi, Gigi. Hi, Exo. So, hi, Margaret. I thought we'd look and see what the Tableau would say about his upcoming events and whatnot, because he apparently cannot find the money for the 456 base fine judgment against him. Can't imagine owing somebody $500 million. Fraud. Which at the same time, I'm thinking, okay, is his supporters not looking at this? I'm going to ask this question first before we do that. How do his supporters feel about him not being able to find the money? Because he's being touted as a billionaire, right? But you don't have, now mind you, okay, there is a difference between liquid assets and your net worth. Understood. But if you're worth 3 billion, 3 to 10 billion, that's the number he floated around back in the day when he said they asked him how much he was worth. He said it depends on his mood. That's what came out of his mouth. But I'm thinking, okay, there's an actual number, but he said between 3 and 10 billion. 3 and 10 billion. Looks like a 3 and 10 million. But I always said I think he's worth about $300 million, like altogether. That's what I think. That's was my sort of intuitive hit. because he lives on credit, you know. But you can't live that life and not have no money. So I was never one to say he was broke. But when you owe $600 million to somebody and you can't pay it, that's broke. What's so crazy is, like, if you did the numbers, what I make a year, I should be, you know, poverty stricken, but I'm not. I've never needed or wanted anything in my whole life. My whole life. Never. Always had, my life is simple, so I've always had what I needed. Like, I don't have a house on the hill and butlers and servants, but at the same time, you know, I never needed anything else. So I want to know, how do they feel about him not being able to pay his fine? Because he's been touted as a billionaire. Do they feel duped, or do they just think that this is the state against him type thing? Or like, what are we going to get here? Well, there's your community. Interestingly enough, Three of Cups is a small community. They were never the majority, they're just the loudest. Remember that always. There's your riches. Six of Wands, center of attention. Seven of Swords. I think they feel as though this is their verdict too. So they can hear, well, of course, that's okay. That makes sense. This is their verdict too. That's why they're trying to help him raise money. This is a scheme for riches by the community, for the person at the center of attention. Mysteries and secrets, they don't know. Again, these can be people who are also brainwashed. The moon is illusions of the mind. Passing judgments, so keep that in mind. There's the Tower, the upheaval and destruction. They think he's being attacked, basically. The Eight of Cups, they are worried, though, about what happens to him next. The Knight of Pentacles, they want to work for him. The Four of Wands, they are there to support. The King of Swords. So they will be there because this is their verdict too. It's what they're doing against Donald Trump, not necessarily something that he did to himself, which is the actual reality. But this card does not want you to see reality. It wants you to see the illusion. That way you believe in what I just told you, type thing. Now, if you pay attention in these circumstances, the truth comes out, because this is revelations as well as upheaval. So if you just pay attention, it would also come out. As you see, the lightning blows the tower apart, but it blows the crown off first, so that you can see within the inside, and then the hubris and the ego and the crap that's been built up comes crumbling down, the facade. I mean, help the billionaire pay his fine. It's a tarot deck I want. Why don't they help me pay for it? I can't. So let's see. Donald Trump. What can you show me in this tableau? Donald Trump. Let's flip it over already. Donald, nothing. Donald John Trump. Donald Trump. Oh, okay. We start off with pentacle energy already. Is that what we're doing? Okay. Is that what we're doing? Okay. So. In-house flow, there's a man. There's a man here, and this man is getting himself into more trouble than is worth. It's not Donald Trump, it's some other man here. He could be someone who has climbed the ranks in the military or a very prominent donor or benefactor. It could be both, actually. Or not, if it's not military, maybe he works in weapons or something like that too. But anyway, he's getting himself into more trouble than it's worth. There's also something here too about land, and it's tied to the Fool, so it either has his name on it or he actually owns this land. There is going to be some sort of money that needs to be taken against it, or something like that. Because here with the Fool, we start with the land. Here with the World, we stop with investments or something taken out of the land. So since it's not farming, because he doesn't own a farm, we're going to take money or equity or something that's built up from the land, if that makes sense. So Ace of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles, Judgment, and the Hermit. There is an offer or a gift by someone who wants, he works for him, but not in public, if that makes sense. Like this is a favor, because the Eight of Pentacles is in House High Priestess. High Priestess deals with secrets and mysteries and things of that nature, and this is work. So this is not something they do outright, and it's also not something, oh, that could have been Weaselberg too. There's not something that they do up front. It's behind the scenes. And then you have the Three of Pentacles, which is dark money and secretive collaborations and things of that nature. So some little secretive gift is coming along here. And that could be that 83 million type thing that he's already secured. Whatever it is, it's investigated by some government agency, because you have the Hermit in House Hierophant. Hierophant is the government. Hermit is investigation. The Wheel of Fortune is in House Hermit. So Wheel of Fortune has to do with records and also money. And so records, money, and time. And so this is going to be investigated in time about money and records. So someone may be that person who is tied to this money as well, has some sort of paper trail that is also going to be investigated. But there's some sort of securing of finances or some sort of gift of finances, I'll say it that way, because this is a secretive thing. This Eight of Pentacles is in House High Priestess. Again, High Priestess is secretive. Three of Pentacles is already secretive because it's dark room, dark money type thing. And it's in House Empress, which means it expands or also has something to do with nature, Mother Nature, or land. And so this person may be making an investment or has an investment in this person's land. So this person's got a lot of money, but they are trying to invest in the land. So maybe they have an apartment in Trump Tower, or they bought one in Trump Tower, not necessarily stayed there. So that could be that thing, like one of those Russian people, oligarchs, something. They bought one too. So there could be something like that to where this person is tied to Donald Trump's land. And then there's a gift of money. That gift will be investigated. It was investigated before, or something like it, because the judgment is things repeating. It rhymes or repeats. And so that's in house emperor. So that person here who has gifted Donald Trump some money could have possibly been investigated or looked into for something like this in the past, like a Harlan Crow type of thing. So we may have heard this name before, but I think this person's foreign. Anyway, there's the Tower, the High Priestess, the Five of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, the Four of Pentacles. So there is some exposure of secrets that leads to fighting about something that was stolen and I don't want to say secured because it wasn't secured necessarily, but it was sequestered with the Four of Pentacles. So this may have something to do with documents, but this person, because Towers in house lovers are the like-minded people. The High Priestess is in house Chariot. Chariot is teamwork. And so whoever he is around, one has secrets and two will expose. So this is a person who is cooperating or talking, or they're going to get caught. So if they're not talking and cooperating, they're going to get caught. And I think this would lean more towards getting caught and then cooperating, because the Tower is forced exposure, which means I have to kick the door down. And then the High Priestess always keeps the secrets to themselves unless you pay the toll. So that means I need to give you the subpoena after I knock the door down, and it causes conflict about records that were hidden or sequestered. So someone else in this document case possibly is also going to come up in trouble, because not High Priestess, but the Wheel of Fortune is in house Hermit. Hermit is investigation. So investigations of records, papers, things of that nature. The Four of Pentacles is in house Wheel of Fortune. So those things here is what's being sequestered. So whatever was here, whatever's in those records being sequestered, will be exposed. So there's a whole bunch of exposure. It's saying this is investigation. I can't necessarily say this leads to someone going to jail or anything like that, but this part is just being investigated, because the Hermit is investigation and it's in house Hierophant. Hierophant is the government, so a governmental investigation. This is exposure because that person gets caught. These are the people around him, though, because the High Priestess is in house Chariot. Chariot is teamwork. Tower, lovers. Okay, so the Six of Cups, the Eight of Swords, the Five of Swords, the Three of Swords, the Three of Cups. There is a child here. So this may be child-in-law, so maybe Laura, because this is Six of Cups is children, childhood, innocence, that type of thing. This is also in house Justice. So there could be a child-in-law, as in child justice, so child by marriage, by law, who is having some issues with with freedom. They're not arrested, I won't say that, even though that's what this looks like, but they're having some issues with being free, with being unrestricted. There's a huge blow coming to them and some betrayal by a person who is highly, highly trusted. But this is like a hostile takeover type of thing. Because it ends in the Six of Cups, Three of Cups, right? So Three of Cups is a reason for celebration. It's usually a good thing. The Six of Cups is also a good thing. It's nostalgia and memories and innocence and things of that nature. This here, the Eight of Swords is restriction, Five of Swords is defeat, and Three of Swords is betrayal. There's some sort of relationship that goes very, very sour, very, very fast. Also, Keep this in mind too. There could be a judge who wants to proclaim him as innocent. Because as you see here, reason for celebration, 3 of Cups is in house Devil, which means something ugly is going down around the celebration. This would be a betrayal and a defeat, and then there's your imprisonment. And so there's a judge that would love to proclaim him as innocent. So keep that in mind too. Judge, or 6 of Cups is innocence in house Justice. 8 of Swords is in house Hangman, so a perspective change upon the imprisonment. 5 of Swords is in house Death. Death is about change, so change of defeat. 3 of Swords is in house Temperance, reconciliation. And then the 3 of Cups is in house Devil, so a celebration of evil deeds. 7 of Swords, Ace of Swords, 4 of Wands, 10 of Wands, and the 4 of Swords. Does he own Trump Tower? Does he own anything other than his ties? Which actually went bankrupt too. But does he own anything? There's a scheme here that he's trying to gain some victory with. He will have some slight victory with it though, because there is the Ace of Swords is in house Star. So it does have a good effect going forward. The 7 of Swords, Ace of Swords, and the 4 of Wands in house Moon. There's something around his house. So I guess this is Mar-a-Lago, not Trump Tower. Because there's something around his house that is extremely burdened with the sun. So the sun is exposure, it's illumination, it's joy and contentment, and I can't say he's having problems with the joy and contentment part because they're having parties every 2 days. But there may be some exposure coming towards Mar-a-Lago. I don't know how long this is all going to take, but there may be some other kind of search or need for search because there's some burden coming that way. I don't see any money in this row that would tell me, actually it's in this row, but it wouldn't tell me money as in he has to pawn his resort or anything. But the 4 of Swords means there is a retreat from it. So it's almost like you have to move out of the way for the other people to come in. So like investigators or something like that. Oh yeah, I seen that. He owns the retail floor. I didn't know he had an apartment in there too, but not the whole building. Okay, thank you. He owns the retail space. So there's something here around a building or property with the 4 of Wands that is going to be extremely burdened by people looking for something. And that's not necessarily the document thing. It can be anything. There's who knows at this point. But it could be, because the 4 of Swords, where you have to retreat, is in house Judgment. Judgment is about something repeating. And we'll hear about it, because Judgment is also an announcement. So Ace of Pentacles in house Magician means that there is another, I'll just call it grift. I'm not going to pretend to be fair and balanced today. There's another grift coming, so maybe he'll sell, I don't know, golden socks this time or something. But there's another one, because this is manipulation in Ace of Pentacles is some sort of item that you wish to sell or to gift, or cash money itself. So he is trying to make some money with a new thing. So keep on the watch for the new Trump watch, possibly, or the Trump something. It could be something of that nature. It really could actually be a Trump watch, but it's some sort of item they wish to sell. 8 of Pentacles in house High Priestess. There is work that is being done in secret when it comes to the building or construction of a building here too. So I don't know if he's trying to build a Trump Tower somewhere, but he's got an investor in it. Some sort of investor. This doesn't indicate forward. I'm just going to say forward now. But there's some sort of investor in this. He's reaching out to more people, so he is on the hook for more with the Three of Pentacles and House Empress. Empress expands. So he's reaching out to more people for more collaborations. So he's trying to build his little coalition here. We know Russia is still with him. And so he's trying to build a few more, of course. Emperor, Judgment, and House Emperor. There might be a... Is it confirmed that Paul Manafort is his campaign manager again? I know that's rumored to be. Because there's a person here from the past who was in charge of something. And seeing as how Five of Wands, politics is right under it, I'm going to say this is like a campaign person coming back. I don't know who. Didn't Lewandowski go to jail? So it might not be him. But there's another person, a man though, coming back to do work and collaborative things with him that did them before. Judgment is repeating. And then the Emperor is some man who is in charge though. Okay, there is trouble in paradise. The Tower and House lovers, the woman that he is with, whoever that might be at the current moment, may be having some issues with the relationship. There's some... I hesitate to say this because of the way it was last time. There is... be careful, all three of you, her, Baron, and the girl, Trump, all three of you, because there's the potential for someone to like break a leg or something like that. There's an accident here too, but it centers more around the little one. Well, he's like 17 feet tall now, but just be careful with this, whatever it is. But there are some problems in the relationship, but it doesn't have to do, it's everything, I guess. It's not zeroed in on one thing, because here you have secrets. I mean, at this point, you cannot possibly be upset that he has cheated, because you knew that you cheated on him with someone. So, I mean, so there, anyway. But there's also the factor of money and time that is being spent elsewhere. And so all of those are being a factor in the Tower right now. And it's crumbling apart. Will it be fixed? I don't think so. Because Temperance is your reconciliation, and it has the Three of Swords. There's some betrayal within that relationship. The secrets are... Listen, what kind of secrets could you possibly be upset about now? There is High Priestess, Five of Swords, Ace of Swords, Six of Cups. This is either, if I were going to be salacious, I'd say there's another child, which I don't think that's necessarily what that is, or some old person has come back from his past. Not old person, but old relationship has come back from his past, and Melania doesn't like that. Which, who cares at that point? I mean, how many boyfriends do you have? If you don't have any, get you one. I mean, anyway, but secrets is what's killing that relationship currently. That and money. And then time spent doing something else. So possibly the campaign is being a little hard on the relationship too. Which, that would make sense because it's hard on everybody's. And so, there's that. He is actually losing his grip upon, there's going to be some infighting in the MAGAs. I don't know why. Let's see. Maybe some current MAGA people are seen as traitors, because you have your 5 of Wands, 3 of Swords, 4 of Wands, Ace or 8 of Swords. So these 4 cards there, they may be seen as traitors, because this is in house strength, and the strength that he currently exhibits is over a group of people. And this group of people in the 5 of Wands have, at this point, too much diversity. They all have to be of like mind. If you're going to brainwash somebody, they all have to be of like mind. Because the moment someone starts to question, then everything goes awry. And so this is within his MAGA group. And then is considered betrayal. The GOP are already considered enemies, the Dinos and the Rhinos and all that crap. These people are within the same house. This is because this is who he has his strength over the most. So his MAGAs are going to start fighting over someone who is considered a traitor, or will be branded a traitor. I wonder if it's Pence, because that's the White House at some point. I mean, they all don't like him, I think. Well, whoever. Let's see. He is going to have a lot more people stab him in the back than before, but these are not just random people. These are people, because the 3 of Swords is betrayal. The 10 of Swords is also backstabbing, but keep in mind, backstabbing and betrayal, here is the difference within the tarot. When a person backstabs you, that can come from anyone, someone just trying to take your place. These do not have to be people who like you. These can be expected, but this is backstabbing and ruin. These are people that you know, love, and trust. Therefore, it's betrayal. Betrayal does not come from thy enemies. So he has some betrayal coming because it's in house temperance. Temperance is where your relationships are sort of, they're cared for, they're watered, they're cultivated, they are reconciled if they have to be, that type of thing. And then there's the 3 of Swords. So it goes south there. And the reason being is because those people find themselves burdened. It may be actually 3 of them. They find themselves burdened by some person here who is bringing way too much chaos into their life, which probably is investigators and courts and all that. And so, betrayal. The 3 of Cups and the Devil. There is, yes, a celebration of evil deeds, like we said before, but there's also a, how do you say, I don't want to say evil collaboration, because that sounds too Batman villainy, but it's like, so you have your 3 of Pentacles collaboration, then you have your Wheel of Fortune, and then you have your 3 of Cups. And so these people have carried off something or carried out something. Whoever he was meeting with here, and these are people from different walks of life, they celebrated it here. This has something to do with investments and money, though. Like creating something, like creating a fund. Oh, it could be the RNC, but they were creating a fund. They were creating some sort of thing, a piggy bank, that type of thing. They were creating some sort of thing where they could draw from constantly. So some sort of piggy bank. They accomplished that, though, because the 3 of Cups is a celebration, and it's in-house devil, so it's not necessarily legal or looked upon to be fantastic in any ways, but At the same time, they got it done. So there's that. There's some sort of piggy bank, though, that they have established. The Seven of Swords in House Tower, there's a scheme and a scam that has to do possibly with pardons. That is going to blow open. I'm not saying there's going to be a court case because of it, but the Seven of Swords, that something is going to blow open about pardons, because you have the Seven of Swords, jail, fighting, judgments. And so Seven of Swords is, there's 3 exposure cards, and it's in one. The exposure of the Seven of Swords in Hell's Tower means forced exposure. So something is investigated or blown open because of that. And since Tower presents in the reading, we can go here. Towers in House of Lovers. These are people of like mind who more than likely paid him some money for pardon. For whatever reason, even though we kind of know that, but there is some, I guess, hardcore evidence, and then it's a bigger deal than maybe we were expecting. He gets some sort of victory here with forcing a, this may be witness tampering, because you have the Ace of Swords, which is a victory. But it's not just a victory, it's a clarity. And then you have the High Priestess. This should be secret. It's known to some, not to all, so it should be secret. But he gets a victory over underhanded tactics with that thing. So he is trying to force something. There's your records, and then there could be people like singling out someone here too. There's a victory over that. So he could be getting the names of some sort of witnesses or something like that, which corrupts the jury pool, which corrupts the trial, So he's got some sort of victory over secret information or information he shouldn't have. His success of so here's the thing too. When it comes to Jack Smith, this again, this woman wants to declare him innocent, whatever judge that is, which is more than likely canon. They have a lot of trouble with achieving that, though. He has a lot of trouble achieving any success going forward that is monumental enough to affect his life. The Ten of Wands is in House Sun. Sun is where your success lies. All he has there is burden. Now, the Ten of Wands is also a card that lets you know the way you're doing something can be done more efficiently. So it's not as though he can never achieve such a success. It's just not going to be done the way you're doing it. There may be some sort of judgment coming too. This could be way down the line, because the Eight of Pentacles takes work. The Five of Wands is conflict. The Three of Swords is betrayal. So someone on your side may testify against you. And then there's some sort of, I call it house arrest, but it could be kind of like he did when he was in Georgia, to where he got booked and arraigned and that type of thing, but never really sat in jail for any consequential amount of time. So, but there's something like that repeating. Four of Swords is in House Judgment, so that may be coming back. I wonder if he'll get another mugshot from something. His Judgment is in House Emperor. That's also law enforcement. Four of Swords in House Judgment. Judgment in House Emperor. Well, we'll see. Fingers crossed. The Ace of Pentacles, the Tower, the Six of Cups, and the Seven of Swords. There is an offer to move something. What is this? Is he currently, well, hell, who knows? Is he currently trying to move a case somewhere? Because this is in-house justice. Like his hush money case or something like that, because Towers and House lovers. And this is an old thing with a new consequence. That trial's not going to go well for him, though, either. I know they're moving the dates, I think. That's probably what that is. Um, I know they're trying to move the dates. That's not going to go well, though, at all. So he may be trying to appeal it or something like that. Maybe that's what that is, because that's not going to go well. But we'll see, because you never know. The Eight of Pentacles, the High Priestess, the Eight of Swords, the Ace of Swords. He's got some kind of he's got something he shouldn't have tablet wise. This is not a prescription. Prescriptions are down here. Prescriptions are temperance. Temperance is alchemy and medicine. This is not a prescription. Eight of Pentacles in House High Priestess. High Priestess in House Chariot. This is like moving something from one place to another, but it's in small form. Eight of Swords and Ace of Swords is for his cognitive skills. Eight of Swords is mentally trapped and it's in House Hangman, so we need a perspective and an enlightenment. Ace of Swords is in House Star. Star is about your physical well-being. And he needs clarity, which means he needs help with his brain. Ace of Swords is mental, or swords period are mental. So he needs some sort of help with his cognitive skills. It will get better, though, at least momentarily. Not momentarily, but temporarily. There is some aid there. I don't think it is going to reverse anything, but I don't want to say it slows either, but that is kind of the indication. High Priestess is in-house Chariot. Chariot for me is something that slows down. So it's like slowing down the restriction or something, slowing down the disabling, because this is about restriction and powerless. He's trying to sue ABC and Stephanopoulos, but he filed the case in Florida and not in DC. For defamation, wasn't it? Three of Pentacles, the Five of Wands. Five of Wands is in House Strength, too. That's also a good health card. So we're struggling in that department, which we know that too. Temperance has to do with sobriety and drug recovery. And the Heart card is within there. So there is some issues there too that he may need to focus on a little bit more. The Three of Pentacles, the Five of Wands, the Five of Swords, and the Four of Wands. There is some defeat around his house. It has to do with who he let in it. You got some operatives. This is a woman here. This woman is considered, she's older, but she's considered to be, by him and people in the room, I guess, very pretty, very beautiful, statuesque, that type of thing. Three of Pentacles in House Empress, but she has a lot of sway over the room, that type of thing. It's not a Haba or no, because this is an older woman. This is someone who's more mature, who's more accomplished. But she has a lot of sway, but she brings a lot of chaos too. But she's bringing it on purpose. Because the moon is plots and schemes, and those plots and schemes are on purpose. You do not plot by accident. And so she is in some sort of group that is infiltrating his house. So this is not his campaign. This is his actual property. So Mar-a-Lago, there are some sort of people sneaking in here. Five of Swords and House Death. There's a forced change too. Let's see what it's about. Okay, I don't want to be that person, but stop taking these. I mean, I know it helps his mental abilities. This is not good, though. This is one of those things, you know, you just see in the pharmaceutical commercials, and then all the side effects that they list, you know, death and stroke and leg amputations and dogs follow you home from the grocery store. It's like they have a whole list of things that have nothing to do with, you know, ear infections. There's something here that's like a backlash, a huge change and a defeat, but it's health related. Because it causes a burden within like his system is what I keep. That's the vibe I'm getting. Again, ignore it all if you want, but that's it's in his system, not an in particular organ. It travels, it goes from thing to thing. So it's in the blood. But stop taking this. Anyway, because this Three of Cups is also drinking and partying and so forth and so forth. And it's in House Devil. So there's some things, there's some chemicals, there's some ingestions of things that are not the greatest right now. I mean, you know, I can't preach to you because I got a whole chocolate bar sitting right here on this table. I mean, go get you one. But at the same time, it's not illegal. I didn't have to ship it across state lines in a truck covered in bleach or something. Like this is just not the way to do things, young man. But I could be wrong. Who knows? Judgment, Wheel of Fortune, Three of Swords. This guy, Ten of Wands. There is a judgment, possibly in a case to deal with records, maybe the documents, that causes separation and huge amounts of burden. This does not mean it's against him. This could just mean a judgment or a decision in that case. So maybe homegirl is the one who gets separated because it causes separation and burden for something to do with records in an investigation of records. And this is by a person with the judgment card. There's a man who initiates this thing because it's in House Emperor. And this does spell bad news for Donald Trump. So I guess we shall see. The Hermit, the Four of Pentacles, the Three of Cups, and the Four of Swords. Does anybody have like a birthday coming up, or there's something like he wants, there's some sort of little party here, but he is miserable the whole time because there's a lot of paranoia built up by this time. This might be isn't this his birthday in June? Because this might be coming towards the summer months here, because it's after the sun. We may be having more of a summer month thing. If his birthday is in June. March 20 for Barron. It could be his too. I think it's more his. I think it's more Trump's though. But whoever it is, he's sitting there. He's very, very burdened. The reason I was going further out is because at this point, there's a lot of paranoia built up. And it's like because he's got all this other crap. I guess there's paranoia built up now, though. It's pretty much his whole life for the next whatever. Is his June 14th? Hell, it might be both. You never. There's celebration here. So there's a party type of thing. This is technically, for those learning tarot, your party card, your birthdays, your weddings, your this is your that. For me, since I do so many like real estate readings and things, I use this for houses, and then I use that for parties. But for those learning, this is technically your party card. This is just a celebration of your accomplishments. So if you wanted to graduate from high school or college or something, then there's your reason for celebration. It's not an actual party. But there's some sort of party hardy there. You may be sober, and that's why. And I'm saying sober from whatever this is. So he could be feeling down. But he's not with Melania and Barron, at least not mentally. He's not there. He's just kind of sitting there with his tie in his cake, doing his weird little struggle dance. Okay, well, that's what I got. So let's I got 2 more questions though. Donald Trump's document case. And we get some more info on the energy of the document case right now. Right now, document case. Document. The 7 of Pentacles. Something built up there. There's your documents, okay? There's a bunch of them. There's a bunch of them stored. 7 of Pentacles is your harvest that needs to be reaped. There's the 4 of Pentacles. Remember that sequestering from the last tableau there. So there is some stuff that's still hidden. 9 of Pentacles. Oh, good Lord. Queen of Wands. The Knight of Swords. This person here is being restricted. They are also, because at the same time, they are also trying to hold something back or to hold something back. That's more than likely old girl, because this is my card for judges, just generically, male or female. And so, the court cases that have passed, like the E. Jean and the Letitia James, They have affected this because he's not running out of money, but it is very difficult to continue the pace financially. Because here's your riches and your personal wealth, and here you may have a lot of chaotic energy around trying to establish some sort of structure when it comes to this case. So there's some issues there. There's that again. That person, as I said, in the tableau is trying to declare him innocent. There's the devil card. This is in the word of warning. Warning is look out for this thing. Ace of Swords, there's that again. And then the Hierophant. He's looking for help from this person. And she is trying to help. Trying to declare him innocent. There's something that they're trying to celebrate in a devious way. So keep that in mind. Last question I have is just generic. Give me Trump's, what is this? April. Okay. Give me his April. How will his April go? Let's see if it gives me a timing. April. You know what? No, that's not what I want. Yeah, we can ask that too, but I want to see his campaign first. The campaign for Donald Trump. Will he have a lot of success in growing his numbers? Will he have a lot of success going towards November? If I were reading for him, oh, Holy Spirits, what would we say? Does he have a lot of success going towards November? A lot of that. Well, case raw is raw. Let's see. Four of Cups. The Eight of Wands. A lot of talking that he doesn't want to do. Naturally, the Ten of Cups, the Four of Cups, the Three of Pentacles. Financially, yes. Financially, yes. The Star is the final card. That's basically, yes, going towards the future, a futuristic card. He does have some strength going towards the future financially, because there are a lot of like grassroots donations as well. And the problem is the leadership is not there. Not his campaign leadership, but the leadership that he wants to obtain is not there. That's his only problem. Now, if you're just looking for money, great. Even if you're just looking for support, also great. That does not translate into enough votes, though, because there's no votes cards here. It's just the people are there and they're giving money. And so you do have success with that, though. So, yes, there is some financial success. So I also want to know, what is his chances of being Presidente of the United States? That's his ultimate goal and the goal of a lot of dictators around the world, which is he wants to be one. What is the chances? What are the chances? What are the chances? Are they great? Are they slim? What stands in his way? Of him wanting to be president. Okay. 8 of Pentacles that fell out, came back again. The Empress. What stands in the way? An abundance of work, an abundance of details. What stands in your way? Success. Pretty much. The Ace of Swords, the Page of Wands, the Magician. What are his chances, though? The Temperance fell out, came back again. What are his chances? I mean, okay. He knows he's not going to win. I think he needs a miracle, or because the cheating part is, yes, you're going to get, a little help in that arena, but a lot of people know what to look out for by now, and a lot more people don't also want to go to jail for. I mean, it worked in 2016. It's not working now. You couldn't beat Biden cheating the last time. It's not going to work this time either. I don't care how many Gazas that Biden has under his belt. It's a different world now. And so, word of warning is the Temperance. People are not on your side. You have to remember, like they said in the Tableau too, the 5 of Wands was in house strength. Those are his in people. Those are the people in his group. They're going to start infighting. But those are the people he has strength over. He does not have strength over the majority of the country. And the majority of the country is the one who's going to vote for the president. And it's not going to be you. Judges and lawyers, that's what's in your thing. Judges and lawyers, judges and lawyers, judges and lawyers. Like what stands in your way, judges and lawyers. What are your chances? Not very good. Okay. So now, April for Donald Trump. What does it look like? See if it mirrors the Tableau too. April for Donald Trump. April. Magician. So the 8 of Wands and the World. There's rallies. This is an audience that's talking. So there's some sort of rally or some sort of speeches, that type of thing. There's that. The King of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands yet again, the 10 of Pentacles. The family business is done. It goes through some sort of change there with the World card as a completion. There's also a lawsuit or a court case that's going right now. It's a woman here. This is Letitia James. She's the Queen of Swords for me. There's a woman here legally who is I have a deck. I think it's not the Celtic Tarot. It's, oh gosh. What is the name of it? I can't remember it now. The cards are gigantic too. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Druidcraft. That's what it is. The Druidcraft Tarot, I think that's the one, to where the Four of Pentacles shows a person, their chest, it's like the chest is pushed up against the wall and it's got all their money in it and they're sitting on top of it, pushed up against the door so that people can't get in. This person's coming for all your goodies. Right there. She's got a judgment. She can. She's coming for all your goodies. So if you can't come up with $455 million or whatever it is, word of warning is the Queen of Swords, and the Four of Pentacles means she's trying to break open the chest. Because the Four of Pentacles is a person paranoid. For those learning tarot, let me point some things out here. When you see black on the clothing, that means isolation. It's on a few of the cards in here, like the Fool card. So isolation is not necessarily a bad thing. It just means you're by yourself. But this person has isolated themselves from the city, which means they are paranoid that they're going to lose their pentacles. They're covering the heart chakra, crown chakra, and down here they're stepping on the few pentacles they have left. So they don't want to share. That's part of the stinginess of that person. But they're afraid of loss is what that card is. And so we don't have to wonder why. He's afraid of loss. He's paranoid. But there's the Justice and the Queen of Swords. Your word of solace, though, there's the Sun. So again, there's some success. Because his tableau was not all bad news. Whatever that little piggy bank thing was is going to work out because there's big money here. And it's not $400 million big money, but, you know, it's enough to get a cheeseburger or two, I guess. I don't know. But ends in the Page of Swords. Bad news is afoot. From where? Justice. Judges and lawyers. Bad news is coming from the people here. And it's around the business, too, in your properties and things of that nature. Something where you would leave a legacy for those behind. So whatever you would have left, whatever their inheritance would be, is going to be tampered with. Well, bless your little heart. You know, it's easy to be a nice person. At least I think so. But what do I know? Oh, wait. There's that thing. There it is. I think. No, that's not it either. Yes, it is. Because you see that he said that he legally took documents. I'm like, so he admitted it in the case over? He said he legally took them. He took them legally, which means you took them, which means you admitted it, which means case over, for God's sakes. I thought I had one more. I think that was it. Yeah, that was it. Okay. So, what is today? Yes, after the yes, after the FBI planted them here. Today is Tuesday. So we'll be here Sunday. on Jen's channel, I believe, and I believe she said Dr. Victoria Scarable from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center in Massachusetts will be joining us that day too. So until then, take care of yourselves and each other, and I will see y'all later.